Hold it. I think you're going to like this picture. We're going to talk all about the movie The Natural right now on Action Jack Adventures. This is Action Jack, Bergiemeister behind the camera. We're at the location where they made the movie The Natural. We're going to see two primary locations, and everything about The Natural was made in Buffalo, New York. Well, it's the studio scenes are actually in Hollywood, and we've been to those studios too. So we're going to go on now an Action Jack adventure of the movie locations for The Natural, the greatest baseball picture ever. And check out the QR code for the Action Jack Adventures channel on YouTube. Huh? Is that great? All right, we're at War Memorial. Also, now what's the other name for it?
What do you mean War Memorial?
War Memorial Stadium in Buffalo, New York.
Hey, you got the town this time.
Now, Berg and I have been to Buffalo before, but never like this because we stayed here several days and we got to see so much about Buffalo. Wow, what an amazing historical place. Second largest city in all of New York State. And it's amazing. I had no idea how amazing it was.
And this stadium that we're staying in front of, such as what's left of it, just that front and the facade there, the big concrete thing, the rest of it was torn down, bleachers and all.
The bleachers.
And you just have the open fields, but they kept that part, which is, I'm glad they did. And this is where they filmed The Natural.
One of my favorite movies, The Natural with Robert Redford. We just lost Robert Redford a little while ago. This film is so beautiful. Robert Redford was an excellent baseball player, really good. He actually hit...
The guy that trained him, Cal Ripken Jr., I think.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he what do you call that, practiced with him? Or senior, one of those guys.
I did not know that. In all my research, I never came across it.
I read that somewhere with part of his practice so he would do the swing right.
So this is from the movie right here. And you see that? They kept this part of it. They just got rid of the bleachers.
Well, the bleachers in that were there when they did the movie in '84, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's where they used did all their baseball scenes at this place.
They wanted it to look like a 1930s Babe Ruth type of stadium. There's the Buffalo right there.
Yes, and so they built another stadium now, but it's more downtown Buffalo by the canal.
Right, which is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is pretty stadium.
But this is the exact field, and so this is the location where they had, right there, where they had the press
boxes.
Yeah, showing The Natural. There's the book that came out in 1952, and he retired in 1950. No, his last game was 1955.
Yeah, I thought we just talked about that earlier.
Yeah. So
and that's Eddie, what is his last name?
Waitkiss.
Eddie Waitkiss. And I don't think we mentioned his name. And that's the woman and her letters that shot him. And
she was delusional.
She had mental problems.
He received 4 Bronze Stars for heroic action in the Pacific. He was in the Army. And so that shows he was a National League champion. After coming back from this life...
threatening, yeah, because he was in the hospital for over a year from that shot.
But there it is. That's the actual part right there on both sides. You can see this was the actual stadium here. So they just got rid of the bleachers
and everything. So
but this is the actual spots. That's where they would have had from the movie the media,
press box.
Yeah, press box there.
I know all the big words.
So just walking around here for me was so enjoyable. I'd seen The Natural before, but I didn't know how great it is.
So Jack's second favorite baseball movie.
My first movie is Pride of the Yankees with Gary Cooper, and the real Babe Ruth was in that.
Yes.
And many of the...
Teresa Wright.
Many of the Yankees from the time of Lou Gehrig was in that movie. So
Murderer's Row, they called him, right?
Yes.
Murderer's Row.
That was such a great movie. However, Eddie Waitkiss actually was a consultant for the Pride of the Yankees.
Oh, he was?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, and so...
Always learning something new.
There is a connection there between my favorite movie and this one, but I'm going to put this right next to this. This was based on part on King Arthur's Table, and that's why the name of this fictional team was the New York Knights.
Knights of the Round Table.
Knights of the Round Table.
That's
and
right.
Even his name, Roy Hobbs, has a connection.
Yeah.
Because Roy means royal.
And Hobbs means the common man. So you had the royal and the common.
Yes.
Isn't that interesting? Yes. And the guy that Gavin, I can't remember. Gavin, what's his name?
We're going to come up to him. Right now we're going to go to the candy store. This is a huge part, Gavin McLeod. Is that
Parkside Candy Co. Yeah, Gavin. Yeah, he played in my favorite one of my favorite Christmas movies. And he played the daddy. So Parkside Candies is where Glenn Close came in and where she would go all the time. That's where she learned about Roy Hobbs being alive again and playing baseball, and where she also met him and they reconnected.
So there's two famous
two great
scenes here.
scenes, yes.
And so we didn't know how beautiful this place is. So this was built in 1919, opened in 1919.
Yes,
And you
it's old
walk
and
in
beautiful.
here, you fall in love with this place. They actually had a clip in here when we did this the first time
Yeah.
from the movie, both times in the movie. This is supposed to be in Chicago in the movie.
I
And
think
so,
you have to pay for those clips because they said you can't do that.
yeah, so they pulled my
Clippies down.
YouTube down. Yeah, just
Isn't this a beautiful place in
look
here?
at this.
It's so gorgeous
There's
in
the
there.
counters that was done over there where Roy Hobbs was at. He walks in those doors.
It's just so beautiful.
They make all their chocolates there. These chocolates are really good. There's a honeycomb type of
It's
unique
called, it's
candy.
called sponge candy.
Sponge candy. It's unique to Buffalo.
Yeah,
And
it's
you
kind
had
of
it.
like a honeycomb candy that I grew up with in Australia, but they call it sponge candy here.
So right there, that was in the movie. That
Counter and all
That
that.
counter
Then they
there.
put some booths in.
yeah,
They
and
sat at a booth.
right, and then the booths are back over there
I'm getting
too.
dizzy.
Just like in the movie, I put that at super fast,
Oh, that's
so we
why.
could see everything in there.
Yeah,
But
so I
it's
was getting
really,
dizzy.
really beautiful here. So there it's
And
from.
there's the outside, and they made it look like Chicago.
Yeah, so you see Glenn Close walk in there, and then you also see at a second scene where
Robert Redford.
Robert Redford. This gentleman was in the movie,
He's
and
a local.
he made the bat,
The
and
Wonder Boy bat.
the Wonder Bat has a lot of
At the
interesting
local high
backstory.
school, he put it on that machine. What's that machine called?
lathe.
A lathe, and he made the Wonder Boy bat for Robert Redford.
That was in the book, and that was based on Shoeless Joe Jackson. This gentleman here, he was the boy, the Robert Redford's son, in the movie.
At the end, when you see them playing catch, that's him.
So that's the way Robert Redford looked there, and I couldn't get a clip of the young man who caught the ball was supposed to be his son.
Handsome boy in the movie, and it's not still a nice looking man in later years.
Interesting thing while they were making this movie, Robert Redford's daughter, her boyfriend, who was a very handsome young man who looked a lot like Robert Redford, was murdered.
Yes,
And
a tragedy to deal with.
He was murdered by somebody who was insane with a weapon, very much like The Natural. So he had to stop filming here, and then he went to visit a daughter, I think. That was in Boulder, Colorado. In fact, I know it was Boulder, Colorado. And Robert
Didn't he
Redford,
help pay for the funeral?
he
Something
paid for the funeral, and he also paid for security.
for the family, the victim's family.
Right, because it was a very strange thing how he was murdered. But very similar to the movie The Natural. Some more interesting things. Darren McGavin had a really great role. He played a fantastic character there.
Oh, he was great here.
Very-
Evil dude, but a great evil guy.
He was just so fantastic. They got Darren McGavin kind of at a last moment, and because of that, he wasn't going to be in the starring credits. And then he just opted out of having any credit at all.
Yeah,
which
he
is
said, well, I'm not going to be there. Don't even bother.
so that's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, another fun thing about that movie.
The score from this movie with Randy Newman is one of the greatest scores in history.
Didn't that win an Oscar?
No, it was nominated
was
for it, but
nominated,
it was
okay.
so great. And then right here, this is where they had the exploding lights. So these beautiful night lights. That's based on a true story, Bergie. There was a time in baseball history, and I don't remember who it was, but they hit the lights with the home run, and they created these pyrotechnics. And then here, they really made it romantic.
I think they hit the ball into the lights nowadays, too.
But
don't
not where they shattered like this.
Oh, okay.
And so they shattered in the movie, and it's such an amazing fairy tale type of story, the way it worked out to win the World Series. It's just so absolutely beautiful. So everything in this movie that's romantic is really rooted in history. It's an amalgamation of players, everyone from Shoeless Joe Jackson on, but it's rooted in baseball history. So anyway, this is back at the candy store. There's a really great scene where Glenn Close asked Robert Redford how he was doing, and he said things didn't work out the way he thought they would. And then he says that with such a sadness to him that he talks about his life being disappointing, being disappointing for him. And then she says, this is a great line. You remember the great line I'm thinking about?
Oh, one something about life being learning, and then other is
We
living.
have two lives. One we live and the other we learn from. That is so profound
Yes,
and
it
so
is.
beautiful. So one of my favorite movies, it's tied with Pride of the Yankees, and there's a connection between both movies, which is absolutely fantastic. So when you, and if anything you want to see about this movie, go to Buffalo, and including the train station where he threw the pitches, all that with the Babe Ruth character, that's all there in Buffalo. It's just an incredible source if you want to do the movie matchups from the movie The Natural. So,
On behalf
of my lovely bride, Bergie, this is Action Jack saying we'll be back, it'll be soon, and that's the name of that tune. So if you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you didn't like it, give us a thumbs up also. And if you comment, that is great. And subscribe, there's the QR code from my shirt. So thank you for watching Action Jack Adventures.